It's
get all
way
3
too early for
games.
that. We haven't even we haven't even looked at the lanes yet, for example, because that's assuming that everything is normal, right? That there's so many other aspects that are relevant. How is Abaddon going to do as a support against an Oracle and a Beastmaster? Probably not that great. He should be semi-survivable, but maybe he won't have a very good game, you know. And that could be the case for a lot of the different heroes. But I do like that Infamous has better roaming potential for sure. Clockwork can be really effective as a roamer, obviously, but Mirana Arrow's extremely valuable as well. So if Michael has a good game, maybe he helps to really snowball his Void Spirit ahead. Maybe they can protect Gyro enough to keep him fine. But if that isn't the case, then they're going to be playing from behind, and maybe it doesn't matter that they have all these good dispels.
I mean, that's one thing that you do have to keep in mind is that they have an excellent Mirana player. This is definitely one of Michael's best heroes. So I'm sure that we'll be seeing him be very active, but also you have to keep in mind too that Faker has been playing just very aggressive. He finds really good engagements to join in on. And they put Leo on the Bat Rider again. And I know why they do it. I just don't really like him on that hero. I feel like he could do much better on a different mid and be a lot more, what's the word? Not necessarily active, but just a lot more aggressive. I feel like Bat Rider has a lot of limitations in some ways.
Yeah. I think it could be. This is probably one of those circumstances where, like, from a observer perspective, it's very easy to see those games where he goes, it does amazing on those like Void Spirit type heroes or Puck type heroes, and it's like, oh wow, he just controlled the whole game. Why don't they do this every time? But the reality is that what they need to make their draft really effective isn't necessarily the hero that they can be the most flashy on, and so it gives us hopeful expectations about that, where that Rider might be really important to pulling Gyro out of position and killing him. You know.
I think it's going to be very difficult when they have all the dispels, though.
It will be a little bit tough for sure. I agree with that. So far, last hitting going about equal across the board. 10 denies on Clockwork. Incredible. Those are all cogs. Don't believe the lies.
Is it a lie if no one's trying to trick you?
I tried to trick everybody.
Oh, all right. Well, good guy Perch here telling us not to fall for his lies. I still don't. I guess that makes you very neutral.
Okay.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But this is one of Frank's better heroes as well. Plays quite a bit of it. So, everything's looking pretty good. And I do like Matthew Clockwork. I liked seeing him on the different spirits, especially, but he's very, very effective with this hero, making sure that he separates these fights out.
Moxie, are we about to watch a cat die?
Oh no! Oh no!
Dire's courier.
Yeah, that's a dead cat.
I really like that Matthew went for cogs though. It's really effective against both Gyro and Abaddon. He's just trying to make sure that they don't have any mana. So he's trading about equally because he's doing cogs for about 80, and I think the pushback at level 1 is like 50 mana drain or something. So he's losing a little bit of mana to offset it. Yeah, it's only 50 mana burn. So he's technically losing mana in the arrangement, but if he keeps Acel's mana really low, then he's not going to have aphotic shields for free. That'll make the trades even better. So might be a little bit weird for now, but it'll be fine. I kind of like Gyro as well against Beastmaster. Lots of AoE is going to help clear up boars. It's not necessarily going to be fun in the laning stage, but at later stages as well. Keeping the boars alive is going to be tough.
Feels like they're doing a pretty decent job here in this bottom lane, making sure that Michael has to stick around, isn't allowed to go roam towards the mid, because that's something that Infamous did very well in their previous game, is that they put a lot of pressure on Leo's style. Silence comes out, no mana left over here, and they're just kind of trying to man fight back and forth. You have the aphotic shield, though. Matthew taking a lot of damage, just at the back. Be careful if Kaz is making his way back over.
And a little bit safe. No, also sitting in the lane as much as Matthew has been so far on the Mirana has been fine, because Legion Commander's last hits are the highest in the game. So Legion's going to have an above average game here. And we have seen some great Legions beat Svens in lane, potentially, if you have a good time and use ultis at the right time. Lots of trading back and forth here. And he's also got Orb of Venom. So this actually makes Sven's life a little bit scary, even though he has very good movement speed. Legion has the same, and both of them trying to rush their boots to get a bit of laning advantage.
I do like
over
how
in the mid lane. Sorry, things are equal there too. What were you gonna say?
I wasn't sure if they have the level 3 on the Oracle yet. I'm guessing not. just yet, but Mirana getting bursted down. Oh, they do have the 3 on the Oracle. If they had a little bit more damage, I think that was definitely a kill on Mirana. And again, she has just been stuck in that lane. Gonna have a little bit of a skirmish here, though, for the rune. Matthew trying to just use those cogs, trying to push away Excel. Doesn't look like he's going to be too successful, though. So Excel will be able to snap up the bounty rune. Easy peasy.
If you guys are new to Clockwork, the whole reason he's denying those, he doesn't want to give any free gold to his opponents. So buys him time. His opponents have to deal with it. Frank gonna take some pressure here too. Leo style kind of looking for pressure.
Huh. I guess
Seems
they
to
must
be
have been
doing
rotating with the runes, and then that's why the Mirana was trying to put pressure down, but not being successful here.
Ooh, hit 6 though.
Remnant, the leap forward. Don't even need the arrow. Michael will get the first blood. I'm sure Faker would have preferred that went to him, but still happy either way.
Really painful when, oh wow. A kill for the
so
diving
Frank
heroes.
is barely staying alive. They need another hit, but he's duking around over in the corners. They throw out the board to tank some of these shots. Picasso's going really deep here. Looks like Pepita's dead, but this is looking not so great for the position 1 on Infamous. Matthew can only do so much. There's no mana
Let's
left. Picasso will hold him into place. We'll just slowly
Okay.
tick him down with this board. Poor Frank can't get anywhere near. It's just Matthew fighting with Picasso, and eventually they'll get the kill. Step
Really well
forward,
done.
though. That's a dead Oracle.
The void minds not your existence.
Really good for Faker so far. It's actually such a scary moment when like you're playing mid and then the Storm Spirit, Void Spirit, whatever hits 6, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, this whole lane just changed. Not only does he have way more damage now, but tons of mobility. Ends up getting punished. And he's gonna get a haste refill here. Really nice for them. But at least they killed the gyro on the top lane, so not all bad for Thunder Predator.
Again, this is the classic Faker. He's everywhere, all over the map once a certain time hits. He's gonna go farm up a little bit of this gold. And takes advantage of that rune of opportunities. Making his way over to the mid lane as fast as possible. Excel saying, please help me. I don't want to burn to the Photic Shield coming out. We'll be able to purge off some of that sticky. They'll draw Leo style back in. They need to be careful. They need to step around. In comes Matthew. He's trying to get the final hit over here onto Excel, and he's burning down. More TPs are coming out, though. Leo style able to chase him down as Faker leaping over to the high ground. Still trying to get enough damage over onto Leo style. He's very fast, though. Bottling through. Michael trying to get into position here. Gets a couple of these hits off. Looking nice. Aether Remnant draws him right back in again, but it's gonna be the Clockwork who eats the arrow, so that way they can get Leo style out safely.
That was great. Really good arrow. Or arrow block, that is. And then maxing their heroes well. Still, game's pretty equal. Sven doing way better now. He did get a solo kill on the Legion Commander earlier. Maybe a solo, maybe a double. Not sure, but now his net worth is stupidly high over what Legion's dealing with here.
Ooh, good
And he
bounce back.
follow.
Oh, just too much damage. Michael with the leap forward, though, is going to try to make Leo style pay for it. But no experience going over to Faker for that kill, since he's already slain earlier.
Michael's skill build is really weird, by the way. He went arrow and then 2 points in leap earlier. I don't know if that was a missed skill build or what, but it does give you more attack speed as you level it up and a faster recharge time. So maybe he's identifying, like, I'm going to need a lot of leap against these heroes or something, but it ended up working out pretty nice there. His attack speed, despite his damage being low, was enough to pick up the Rat Rider. So maybe a little bit of new meta here. At least from what I've seen. Kind of cool. Now a lot of pressure coming top. Pressuring the Abaddon pre-6 is very valuable for sure.
Oh, the roar coming out from Frank. And try to slow him down again. There's the Pog Shield. Bounce back, though. Here, Leo style going. Grabbing him up with the lasso. They get the kill on Picaz. Excel looks like he is going to be the next to fall. And a very nice gank coming out from the side of Thunder Predator.
That was really nice. I like the fact that it came by 3 different ways, but surprisingly, they had a ward up during... Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's a Radiant ward. They didn't see the Clockwork coming from the side, so they did see that there was vision. But probably weren't expecting it to come that quickly. The Clockwork helped secure that one for sure. Faker moves bottom to pressure a little bit, interrupts the pull. Legion's pressuring the tower.
I haven't seen any duels just yet. A little surprised.
Yeah.
Little
It's-
bombs
it's-
coming out there.
It's a little bit standard so far in that almost every time we see Legion does spend a lot of time in lane.
Matthew running into 2 heroes. Hogs up. Throwing out the arrow, sidesteps it, in comes MNZ. Got the God Strength up, and they go and use the Moonlight Shadow, but they just do too much damage as they take him out before he even finishes the fade.
The old 4-shot. And this is, he's got 10 damage on Legion, not terrible. But the reason you just spend more time here is because you just need a couple items to be really effective. Phase boots and drum is like basically all you need to like be active in the game. That range creep stole that last hit. Kick him, he's off the team for sure.
Fired.
It's a big mistake though. That's like 200 gold, but it's not the end of the world. All right, here comes the potential dive. No, not the cat courier.
Not another courier. Oh,
all right,
no.
that was clearly a bug. Way too far to that attack range. Good luck killing Matthew.
Leap forward, coming. I mean, they've got 3 heroes chasing after Matthew right now. He doesn't have hook shot. I think they can get this kill. I'd be surprised if they couldn't. There's the bonk, there's the arrow, there's the call down. That should be. Oh, he's still alive. He's still alive over here on the side thanks to MJZ. In fact, they'll turn it back around. Faker taking too much damage with Leosa joining into the fight. Xelos here is going to go throughout the Aphotic Shield. They need to look at this Oracle. He is feeling very sassy and does have the boots. They'll eventually be able to grab him. A little bit off on that here.
Oh, come on.
This chase is actually so unreal. They still don't manage to get the Aether Remnant down. There's the missile. Pepita's gonna go in, goes in for the duel. We'll be able to get the damage, but they might be able to get the kill on Pakaz. No, he's still alive. The arrow comes in though, over on the side, over onto Leo's style, and they'll be able to clean him up as Frank trying to run away here from Michael. Body blocks are coming out. It's a leap forward. The dead Frank, and finally though, a dead Pakaz. Matthew somehow still alive, being the one who initiated everything. That seems really ridiculous. This guy is a survivor for sure.
No, I think he did die. He got hit by a flat cannon hit. Yeah, he just respawned and got back into the engagement. But yeah, he died right at the start of that extremely long. It's what's kind of interesting about their lineups is both of the teams don't really have like reliable like stun into stun into stun ganks. They'll have like I need to land an arrow. I have a support a bat, and it's like they basically have to do all of their setups on themselves. And against good players, it's difficult because they're always going to know it's coming, and they're going to dodge it more successfully. So kind of a fun little fight there, but ends up being pretty good for Thunder Predator. They got all the cores that they really wanted at the end of it, even if there was some dual damage and general good play by Infamous. Sven also hit creeps heavily.
Pepita getting bounced up to the high ground. We'll turn around, has these MNZ and Leosto. That was a big moment there. Turn back around the last though. They need Excel to get over there and purge it off, but he's not gonna be able to. Matthew with the perfect cogs will just keep Pepita away from his team. The rest of them forced to run away. They've got vision over here on Excel, but we'll lose sight. So wait patiently though. It's got to run out eventually, and there it is. Double kill for MNZ.
All right. It tried to duel to start that up, and then there would have been disable follow-up, but it was kind of crazy anyways, especially because they spotted him first, that kind of a thing. I mean, I guess it'd be dual Sven before Sven used ulti. It's doable, but great escape there.
Looking like, wow, they actually managed to get Leo Style out there. MNZ joining over, wants to protect this tower.
Sven is not very safe yet for engagements here, but they're trying to get other heroes.
You see the clockwork over on the side. Pepita, he wants a duel. He's only got 20 damage. Drum's completed now for the Bat Rider. Be interested to see if they actually try to defend this tower or not. It does feel like MJZ thinking about it, but MNZ showing up with the war cry. We'll throw out the Stormhammer. We'll land over onto 2. Doesn't have the God Strength though on the back lines. Excel's eating a lot of damage. The arrow came through from Michael, but looks like they want to just run away. They'll go for the Leap Faker. Dodges back in again. Kind of wants to go here on Leostown. That looks like they might be able to do it. No, but they jump forward again. They're looking for the opening, but this is not looking good now. Pepita is going to get taken down. They got the roar. They'll turn this right back around again. Get the kill on Faker. No God Strength required. Matthew just pacing down Excel in the woods. Oh, and
they're having some issues on the Infamous side executing their fights when they want to go in here. Like the disables on the Thunder Predator side are just a lot more straightforward. Sven stun, roar, lasso, all easy to execute. Hookshot easy to execute, but on the Infamous side, they have to get a Legion commander into melee range to get a duel off, while also dealing with things like sticky napalm and other stuns, and having to worry about where Oracle is, and they have to land arrows, and the Void Spirit also has to grab some disables. But all of the heroes are a little bit vulnerable, especially when Abaddon got completely zoned at the start of the fight, running away from the clockwork. And it was good that they separated them, but in some ways, they really needed Abaddon there to help keep their cores alive, and now they're going to try to get a duel off. But good luck getting the catch. They've got to jump with Astral Step and get a stun afterwards. It's a good opportunity.
Good for the Moonlight Shadow. They've already got the dust up. MJZ gets taunted right back in, and Pepita turns his attention over to MNZ. He's gonna be able to go and get these purges up, get these saves, and drag back over on the lasso. First of all, will be MJZ, but he already managed to get the ultimate. Look at the damage coming out from MNZ. Pakaz will fall on the back lines now. Cell trying to run away, has 3 heroes hot on his heels right now. Drops the ward, is trying to juke. You can't juke away from that many heroes. Infamous with a sloppy fight.
Yeah, it just feels like they know that they need to get in a kill, so they're just running in looking for engagements. But I mean, once it just feels like the Legion doesn't quite know what to do. But it's in reality, it's like he can't really do that much there. The best thing he maybe does is duels Oracle instead. But realistically, like Sven is a massive threat, and they don't have a way to deal with him. How do they just stop a Sven from doing anything? Imagine if you have a Bane there instead. You nightmare the Sven, you kill the Oracle, everything's fine. Very different than what they have options as.
Leo style looking to get an engagement here. Faker taking a lot of damage though. There's the Firefly, the bounce back, the Storm Hammer comes through. It's a very, very dead Faker. It's looking like to be a dead Excel. The hook shot on the back lines over onto Pepita. Got 2 different little skirmishes going on. They have the roar. They'll end up using it because they want to just take down this Legion. Excel biding his time. Leo style on the hunt though, has the aphotic shield. And over here, Michael's just, I don't know what Michael's doing, but they end up losing Excel in the top lane. This is going to translate into a tower push.
It is so hard for them to fight in these early skirmishes if they're not initiating on Sven, chain disabling and killing him. If he gets his ulti off, they don't have anybody that can deal with that for a long time until they get some Yule Scepters or something.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
No lead
Slowly
charges
burnt
from
to a
Morana.
crisp.
Yep, and she's queuing up a mech, which would be a very good item to help their team win fights. But
Dire's top
like, I
tower
genuinely
is
think that they have disable issues. It's one of the things that really screwed them in their draft here. Their opening seemed fine. It was Gyro, Morana, and the Void Spirit. But then they followed it up with the Abaddon, and then they followed it up with the Legion Commander. And thus far, Legion has not been able to like blink start duels. And now they're just behind in net worth, and it feels very difficult for them to fight.
I think it's funny that they had so many different dispels to take off what was being thrown at them, but they didn't grab anything for themselves. Moonlight Shadow immediately getting used. They'll drop down a sentry. It's gonna get cut down by Frank. They know that they've got the vision. It looks like Excel immediately gonna just start that borrowed time here as the rest of Infamous is gonna try to run away. That arrow coming through. Hookshot comes in though over onto Pakaz with the dust. MNZ and Pakaz just fighting for their lives. Pakaz not even fighting, just trying to run away. And there's the Storm Hammer, lands over onto 2 of them. They'll try to save Pakaz. He is the core. He is the one that you want to protect, but they'll go right back in again. And they'll use the roar over onto Faker. And that cleave damage hits, flashes back a little bit to Pakaz. They've got so much Black Cannon damage, but they just don't have enough life as they go in for the duel. Matthew was gonna win it. Some easy damage here, Michael. They call GG. They realize that they just cannot fight.
Wow, what a
I'm
one-sided game.
surprised. Yeah.
I mean, they got completely ran over. Their draft just did not fit together very well in these early engagements. Like, Gyro needs time to farm.